Hello and welcome again. I'm Paul.
I'm Martin.
So this week's topic, I've been very lucky. I've had 30 years in the sporting goods industry. I absolutely love sports, pretty much all sports. So I'm really intrigued. Let's explore how do playing other sports, or how could playing other sports potentially make you a better goalkeeper? Or maybe they don't.
I think there's funny enough, with futsal, there's lots of really good trends for futsal.
Yeah.
But then there's lots of trends that just go completely against goalkeeping. And I only mention that because just realise there's quite a lot of goalies, young goalies I've got that actually do futsal and then come over to goalkeeper training. And lots of it's blocking and which is great, but everything's close and compact. But then obviously in a game, in a football game, full football game, obviously everything's a little bit slower compared to futsal, and it's a lot bigger. There's a lot more space. So for me, there's like futsal, we assume with goalies that it's going to be great because there's lots of blocking, but sometimes I think it can go against you because you can get so good at close range stuff and reactions. But then when you're in a game and you're not involved so much, it's that psychological aspect of now going, well, I'm not involved for 15 minutes. What do I do?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether I'm going to allow futsal into the list. It's a bit too close to football for my liking.
It is.
What about? I don't know. Let's look at the core elements of goalkeeping. I don't know. Catching.
Yep.
What sports are out there that involve catching that could help?
Well, basketball's one. Basketball's one,
right?
It?
Okay.
Which I know there has been clubs in the past that have gone and tried to recruit
basketball players. Pro clubs, really.
Yeah, try and go out and recruit to different countries and I think with basketball, you associate basketball with quite tall people.
Yeah.
Right. So if that's the case,
of which a lot of keepers are tall. Okay. So
so I think they're just putting two and two together.
Agile, can catch and throw.
Yeah.
You'd want those characteristics with a keeper, fundamentally, wouldn't you?
You don't see many scouts at horse racing and jockeying. So I
don't think they're going to help.
Futsal, you might.
Futsal, you might. Okay, let's just explore the riding thing.
Yeah.
Anything? I might be stretching it a little bit here.
Go on.
Core, balance, any of that sort of stuff. Focus. No.
Well, anyway, horse riding, I'm normally on the floor because I've fallen off.
Right. So we'll discount.
I need core to get up.
I'm going to put that in with futsal. It's not in the list. Basketball, I think is in the list, isn't it?
Basketball's definitely in the list. Yeah. There's eye-ball coordination.
So about catching. What about cricket? I mean, there are a number of footballers, outfield footballers, the Linekers, the Nevilles of the world that we know were good.
Yeah.
Good cricketers.
Yeah.
Clearly, they're not goalkeepers.
Yeah, cricket. If you're going to give me a list of sports, if I'm honest, cricket's going to be... I can't say I'm going to say it's going to be near the bottom. I'm not going to say it's at the bottom, but it's near the bottom. So, is there benefits from playing cricket? I think there is. Obviously, a wicketkeeper is a very good one.
Yeah.
That's a really good one.
Yeah.
Being the batsman, yes, because you've got the eyeball coordination still. And as we know, I don't think batsmen like to run, but they know they have to sprint, which is kind of a little bit similar to the goalkeepers. We don't like to run, but we have to sprint at times.
Yeah.
The bowling, I think, with an overarm throw, there's a little bit of accuracy. So there is a few nice little trends in there. The fielding for me is an interesting one because you might not touch the ball for long periods of time, but then when you need to, you've got to be effective. So cricket's become our best one now.
Got to concentrate, got to stay in the game.
Yeah, I'm going to start playing cricket. It's actually quite good for goalkeeping.
We'll put that in. I think that's on the list.
Yeah, it's bottom of the interest list for me. Yeah. I'll be honest, it's going to be very close to the top now, actually.
I quite enjoy... I mean, I'll go and watch a game, but watch in inverted commas because clearly there's other activities usually around a game.
Is there? I don't know. Do you want to... I've not been, so I'm assuming
it's just quite sort of alcohol based.
Often, I thought it might be.
But that is the part of the enjoyment.
So that's your best part of cricket, which is most people's.
Yeah, which is not a great advert for the sport particularly. But as I say, I enjoy all sports at any level, really. So that's all good. So okay, so we've got cricket. So catching, any of the catching sports. But okay, handball. I mean, we all know the obvious.
Yeah.
Piddish Michael, handball. We know how big handball is in Denmark. I don't know whether Casper played handball as well, but I guess he probably did as a kid. So
would they have not been here already though?
Possibly.
Because he was only young, wasn't he? But he was still seen in pictures at Man United. So I don't know. I don't think he would have. If he did, he was young.
That's a good point.
But what a fantastic trend he's taken from his dad, though, because he looks. If you cover his face up at times, they look like twins.
Yeah.
In terms of the way they play and move and react, it's frightening. But yeah, I think with handball you can take. I think you can take loads from. But I think I wouldn't go too far with it. Like I said with the futsal thing, handball's about very compact, very close, loads of reactions, involved in the game a lot more than in football. So, but the spreading, the eye-ball coordination, all that's fantastic.
I mean, because we talked about making sessions fun in the past. I mean, that'd be a fun session.
Oh,
if you took your keepers and said, right, boys, girls, we're going to have a handball session. That's variety. That's fun.
Yeah,
that's different techniques. Maybe bring something different to the game.
Yeah,
it's in the list in my eyes. Handball,
100%.
Just because we can tick some boxes there.
Yeah. One sport I haven't mentioned yet, and I don't know if it is a sport, and you're going to probably laugh when I say I'm questioning whether it's a sport or not a sport.
Yeah.
At Cambridge United, for a recovery session,
Yeah.
Once with the first team, we did a game of 11v11 of frisbee.
Ooh.
So I don't know if that's a sport or not a sport, but
no, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. And again, comment and let us know. I'm pretty sure there are, people, he says, somewhere in the world that earn money from playing frisbee, i.e. they are professionals.
Fine. So we're going to put it, we're saying it's a sport.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. The boys are horrendous at it, but the last that we had playing it was unbelievable.
Yeah, what skills am I getting as a keeper from playing frisbee? I suppose that's the thing. Movement, yeah. Agility.
Movement's massive. Because when we played, on a serious note, when we played 11v11, which it was, and we had the goals and the goalies were still in the goals, there was still kind of formations occurring. And it's like, the patterns are still quite similar.
Same triangles, isn't it?
Yeah, so if it's like you're playing a 4-4-2, whatever.
Yeah.
And the left back's got it. All of a sudden, the right back's really gone out wide. And you're like, there's similar occurrences here. I mean, we didn't see it like that. We were just literally
you were just having a laugh.
We just laying out each other and laying on each other and throwing it at people's heads just for. But it was fun. But yeah, the agility side of it was
agility,
really good.
Movement, quick sprints, eye on the ball, eye on the frisbee, hand-eye coordination, all that sort of stuff.
And what I think it's really good for as well is, and we're talking like this actually is a proper sport.
It is. There'll be people listening to this podcast or watching the video that will be very unhappy that you said that frisbee is not a proper sport.
But scan in the pitch. So the left back has got the frisbee.
Yeah.
And I'm the goalie, and I'm thinking, right, what might I do next if that player passes me that frisbee? So the left back's here, and you're already scanning the other sides. Like your centre midfield player, your Lampard's, Sherratt, they're looking, aren't they, all around them to see, before they get the ball, what they're going to do. So they're painting pictures in front of them for the next pass before they've got the pass. So I think for that, I think that's very good as well.
So frisbee, you might laugh at me, in some respects, actually is quite closely related to American football. That from a quarterback's role, you're watching the runners, you're watching the space, you're looking for the space. Goalkeeper is a quarterback? No, you can't.
The only reason I'm going to laugh
I can't see that getting
is because if you want to go in frisbee today, I'll play it with you. If you want to go in American football, I ain't playing. Why? Because you're going to run straight into my chest.
We'll play touch.
Fine, I'll deal with that.
I'm not physically, I'm going to be. I don't think either of us are going to be one
No.
under. No, we're not going to want to be.
us.
Yeah.
But yeah, American football, same sort of thing, and I think there's a massive element of tactical awareness as well in American football. Well, most of it, if we're honest, is tactical based, isn't it? American football,
Completely.
a play of 5
It's all
seconds.
about learning the plays, isn't it? It's all
Completely,
about.
Yeah.
This is what we do. This is the setup. These are the
Yeah.
plays.
You'd struggle
Which
with
I
that, I think,
suppose-
wouldn't you? Because you don't concentrate for long periods of time. You said.
Yeah, but I might be okay if it's a. This is the play for the next 2 minutes.
But say we
Then I'm
played
all right.
Saturday and they've gave you the plays on Tuesday afternoon. That's quite a long time to
Yeah,
concentrate.
but I can
and
revise
remember-
them through the week. It's
can.
a bit like homework, isn't it?
Would you physically
thing.
revise them, or would you just like in the bed? You know what I mean? In your room, running around
Yeah, we're
with
getting
it.
a bit
Or,
personal now, but I think we should
Yeah, we
move
are,
on from there. So we've got. We're talking about throwing, catching and throwing.
yeah,
If we look at the kicking aspect of the game, see, I'm keen to get American football in the list. Kicking.
yeah. And there's been some goalies that have. I know David James went out, didn't he?
Did he?
I'm sure he went out to America
Did
to
he?
do that. Yeah, became an American kicker.
Did he
I mean, it's a great sport.
Did he actually?
For that.
Do we know whether he made it? No, obviously he didn't make it. But did he?
I know he
How
definitely
far
went
did
out
he
there.
progress? Because
Yeah.
I know some of the rugby players,
Yeah.
kickers in particular, have gone out to try. I don't know whether
Yeah.
a footballer or a rugby player have ever made it in American football as a kicker.
Yeah. Well, that is
But-
their job, though, isn't it? They literally come on and kick and then come straight back off again. That's what I understand.
But okay, if you're a keeper, how much, and again, it's going to be dependent on the game and so on, but
Yeah.
how much, what's the percentage of dead ball kicks versus kicking out of the hand? My guess is it's more out of the hand, is it, than dead ball
No,
kicks?
I was on the assumption it was the dead ball. Because the minute it gives the free kick, I'm talking like I know the rules.
No, I'm saying as a keeper,
Right.
what do I
Ah.
do more often, dead ball or out of the hands? Because clearly in American football, it's a dead ball situation.
I'd say it's probably out the hands.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So maybe my skills are more
Yeah.
out of the hand skills as opposed to dead ball
Yeah.
skills.
There's been a few footballers that have done that. I think Clive Allen. I think Clive Allen was when I did the 23s at Tottenham with Clive Allen. I'm sure Clive Allen said that he'd been out and done the same. Was a kicker. Because I remember him telling me a
that'd be,
story.
what a great gig that's
Yeah.
got to be a fun gig, huh?
Oh, it's unbelievable.
I mean, you get paid a lot of money for
stupid money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For what?
4 seconds. But I said the problem is if they brought me on and then I've kicked it and they forget to bring me off, I'm not impressed.
Yeah, again, you don't want to be under that rut.
No,
do you?
I don't want 18 massive blow. I don't know how many
No.
numbers there are, but there's more than one.
Yeah.
Or there's one plus.
Yeah.
I don't want to be hit. Thank you.
No.
So, but yeah, the kicking definitely would be beneficial.
So are we putting American football in the list or not?
The only thing I'm debatable on is the shape of the ball. There's a massive difference. I think there's a big difference. So,
Yeah, but hang on a sec. You're going to put frisbee in there. That's hardly the same shape as a football, is it?
yeah, that's a very good point. So, yeah, I think they can go on the list.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Any more kicking related sports?
Gaelic?
Yeah, Gaelic and Aussie rules. I mean, very similar sports.
Yeah. So maybe there's a lot of similarities, isn't there, for goalie in Gaelic?
Yeah, and that's I mean the skills, everything that we talk about in developing goalkeeping in the podcasts and the videos and so on.
Yeah.
Virtually everything relates to a GAA keeper as it does to a soccer goalkeeper.
The kicking definitely, because they do lots out of their hands.
Kicking,
don't they?
it's like a heavy ball, different ball, but fundamentally, it's arguably it's more important within GAA than it is in football, because fundamentally the whole kicking aspect is the kicking out of the hand aspect is pretty key.
And when they say goalies got to be crazy, I don't know what Gaelic goalies are like. I'm assuming they've got to be even crazier.
Yeah, not sure really.
I'm going to look into that because
should
I'd
look-
imagine
we
they
should
will be.
look at that.
They will be absolutely nuts.
I'm showing my Aussie rules. Does Aussie rules have a goalkeeper? I mean, they're closely related. I don't know if they used to play Aussie rules versus GAA like a one-off game or best of three or something.
Yeah,
I'm sounding really ignorant now, but
I I'm too young to know that. I don't feel so right.
What, you're too young to know whether Aussie rules as a goalkeeper or not? I'm not going to let you get off that easily. That's
fine. Different podcast, that one.
Might be, okay. Kicking. Okay. What about... So what are the skills? I need to be agile. I need to be... I really need to be light on my feet and things like this.
Well, as we know, like golf, a lot of footballers play golf, don't they?
Yeah, but that's not agile. That's a different topic. That's your okay. Let's go on to that's your mental.
Yeah.
Mental strength.
Yeah.
What sports do I require mental strength? As a keeper, I've got to concentrate for 90 minutes.
Yeah.
I've got to be in the game. I'm going to make mistakes because it's the nature of the beast. How do I recover from those mistakes? So so golf is absolutely all of that, isn't it? I'm concentrating for longer.
Yeah.
I'm going to make mistakes. How do I come back from those mistakes? How do I stay calm?
The golf one I relate to with goalkeeping all the time, because if you as a goalie, if you as a golfer hit a bad shot, you've got a good amount of time to start thinking about it as you go to the next shot. With goalkeeping, you make a mistake, you could have a long period of time that you can address the next ball or try and take your mind off it. You could be standing on your own for 10 minutes, maybe a lot longer. So I do find them very, very similar in terms of there's going to be lots of thoughts going through your head, and it's a matter of, are you going to allow your head to take over and all negative kick in, or are we going to just push it to the side and got the next ball, or whenever the next ball comes in the game, we deal with it. So I do find that very, very similar. Even though I do still wrap my club round the tree at golf.
Yeah.
So that's part of the rules for me, which I shouldn't. But the golf thing is a massive one. So with like tennis and things like that, I think you get a lot quicker time in between. If you do make a mistake, the time's a lot quicker to go, right, come on, let's get back on it. And you can, even as a centre midfield player or whatever, you might have to close someone down quickly if you lose the ball. You can react to it. Whereas goalie, you're standing there going, oh no, what have I done?
See, I quite like, so for me, the appeal of golf,
yeah,
I haven't played for a while, but the appeal was always in a round of 100 plus shots at least. I might hit a shot as if I'm a pro.
Yes.
As a dad goalkeeper, I might actually make a save. Might be more than once in 100, but I might actually do the same thing and make a save that goes, do you know, actually, what? Wow. Someone actually, wow, what a save.
Yeah.
This is with my 15-year-old in training, but, it's the same thing. So I suppose that's there can be that real high, can't there, as a keeper? Completely. You just, wow, I can't believe I just pulled off what happened.
Yeah.
And the same in golf. And also the thing in golf, again, at my level, is those mistakes, it's not necessarily mistake then better. It could be mistake, and then good.
Yeah.
Which again could be very similar from a goalkeeping perspective. That it's mistake. Mentally, if I'm not careful, I'm on a downward spiral here.
Yeah. It's the danger zone of the period of time that you've got where you're spending on your own and you're not you're not having a physical part of the game. That's the dangerous time. I always remember David James playing, and he seemed to make, and I was only young then, but he seemed to make a mistake, and then before you know it, he's coming like 18 and a half yards out to try and catch crosses. And it gave
to make up for it.
Yeah. And you think, well, maybe I've got to do that. I was only young watching it, and I've got to do it, and you've got to chase the game. And you think, well, looking back now, it's the complete opposite. It's happened, it's gone, let's move on.
Yeah.
So, golf for me is a really, really good one. Really good one. And I love golf, so it's even better. That's top of the list.
That's top of the list for
top
you.
Top of the list anyway.
Top of the list for you.
So whether it's good or not.
So we're on mental. We're still on mental.
Yeah.
So we're talking about concentration, focus, getting over mistakes. The game, again, you're going to laugh at me, the chess did come into my mind, but then I'm thinking, great for focus and concentration, but I'm not sure whether the sort of mistake thing comes in, or maybe it does. Maybe I really should have taken that pawn instead of jumping the bishop or something. You're not with me on this one, are you, really?
I'll be honest.
No.
No.
So any other... So you've thrown golf in there. We've let it in.
Yeah.
On the mental side of things, any other sports?
I think... No.
No.
I'll be honest. I really
we'll
like...
move on from that then.
Yeah, because I really like golf being in there as the main one. One, because I love golf.
You're pushing it hard.
And hopefully, once we finish this, we can go and have another game of golf.
Yeah.
But I just think it relates so well. And it's the main thing of just spending that time on your own after something hasn't gone to plan. I love that.
Okay, I'm going to throw in the last, as we see it, as a skill set for the keeper to bring in the sport. The whole agility, the footwork, the movement. I'm going to throw in gymnastics.
Okay. I can see that. So 18 men
can you see
in lycra in...
Yeah, can you see your keepers? Come on, boys. And we talked about handball. It'll be a great session. Everyone, I'm up for that, Martin. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah. You've done the same thing. You've walked in the dressing room this morning. Great news, guys and girls. We're having a gymnastics session today.
Yeah, I've had a few of these scenarios, actually. Not so recent, but when we was at Wycombe, goalkeeper Nicky Ball, anyone that knows of Aldershot or Wycombe will know of Nicky Ball. Willie played like 500-600 games. It was crazy. And came to Wycombe, he was absolutely outstanding halfway through the season. The gaffer wants to just sort of Christmas period, wants to keep everyone quite loose, brings this girl in to do some sessions on the like it's more like a yoga-y sort of feel,
sort of stretchy yoga-y thing, yeah.
Everyone's on the mat. Gaffer's all right, listen, this is what we're doing today. Everyone on the mat, massive gym, still got the same training ground now. And look around, I'm like, where's Bully? Bully's sitting on the bike. He's he's just sitting on the bike. He doesn't look impressed at all. And I went, Bully, you're not joining? No. Like quite sort of blunt. I went, no, not for me. So anyway, the gaffer's seen him. He's pulled me in. He's like, I said, Gaffer, you don't want to do it. He's just gone, look, I've got this far. I'm 35. I don't need to now start stretching around with some girl. I don't need to do it. So, and he just point blank completely refused. And obviously the lads are looking around, aren't they? They're now laughing their head off. He's a senior player. Ain't like an 18-year-old who's, a bit confident, cocky, and I'm not doing that. So they respected him. He didn't do it, but I can still see his grumpy face sitting on the
love it
on the bike.
But it's reminding me, bike,
yes.
Cycling. I mean, Ben Foster, cycling goalkeeper, cycling. There's an example. I mean, I'm a cyclist.
You're the best one for this, yeah.
You can be focused. It's physical. It's you're in the zone. You maybe you do, particularly if you're out on the road. Maybe you do have to concentrate for a period of time. Tell me a reason not to throw that in there. I think that's a pretty strong argument, isn't it?
I think it is. Again, you're spending time on your own, unless you're listening to terrible music, but you are on your own. The one thing I do like about being on the road is you're sitting. This is going crazy, but you are seeing and analysing pictures that's going on in front of you.
Yeah.
Whether it's an old lady crossing a road, whether it's a dog running across you, whether it's a car stopping, bus pulling out, whatever it is. And you kind of do that in a game when you're analysing danger all the time. But if you're doing it indoors, I'm not convinced that there's much. I mean, you've got the obvious ones, the fitness and the power and the endurance and all that sort of stuff. But I mean, listen, you'd know best. What would benefit you then?
Well, I mean, I don't care what your argument is. You're putting golf in, I'm putting cycling in. I mean, I think, at the end of the day, the question was, why are other sports vital for goalkeeping? Well, I think we've concluded that, I'm not saying they're vital. Is it important to have the mix? I think it probably is important to have the mix, because there's certainly there are things we can learn from other sports and that keepers can learn from other sports. So I'll let you golf in if you let the cycling in.
Well, I have to deny.
Right, done. So if you've got any other sports that you think we should be considering, maybe we'll address it on a future video. Drop them in the comments. Enjoy whatever sports you play. In particular, enjoy your goalkeeping, and thanks for listening.